Oh, hi there. I haven't made too many videos lately, but I felt I should make one on Remembrance Day to remember those who fought in the war, and it really affected them. And a lot of people have opinions about World War II, World War I, and all the other wars. In more recent memory, some of them contradictory. Some people don't agree with each other, and it's still a big deal. And to speak of it, usually you have to have some understanding of what you're talking about. When I say the majority of the people who fought in the war, were good people. There were, a fair amount that weren't, and they held military positions where they didn't see any action, they didn't do anything, and that's not the same as it being ordered to dig ditches, climb up the side of cliffs, run in the snow and the rain, getting shelled at, and all that sort of stuff. That's kind of, scribbling some orders onto a piece of paper and sending it to your messenger, and it's not quite the same thing. There's that. There are people on all sides who did disreputable things. That sort of gets swept under the rug, depending on whose version you hear. In my honest opinion, World War I and World War II should not have happened. Obviously, it was a different time, and it happened. So nothing we can do about that now. However, how history is told is still factually inaccurate in a lot of ways. There is a complex ideological reason for why history is told the way it is, and unfortunately there is a lot of bias. My grandfather did fight in World War II against the Germans. He was a sergeant major, or sergeant master, I believe. He was in India from 1930 to 39, so technically he would have been part of the colonial empire of the British. And a lot of people don't think fondly of that time because the British were particularly brutal in India. Nobody's recognized my grandfather. I don't expect them to know or care, but I do expect them to maybe have a listen and try to understand things from a different perspective instead of being, totally ignorant. Because fact of the matter is, there's a lot of politics that have happened after the World Wars that are very questionable, and I think a lot of the veterans do know this sort of stuff. They don't come out and say it during the ceremonies that are on television today, but they have some inkling that not everything about the war was anyone in particular's fault. It's just stuff happens. I watched Dunkirk a couple of months ago, and it was a decent movie. Didn't really touch base with the German side. They were kind of an anonymous looking army. But they did make it a point of showing, well, look, because you were a British soldier, I believe I mentioned this, that Cecilian Murphy played him, and he wasn't a good guy. And it was the same for every army. and all that sort of stuff got swept under the rug. Like, there were Canadians, particularly in the higher military ranks, that, you know, they're just fucking assholes. And there still are. Sure, I didn't say they didn't work hard to get where they were. I didn't say they, you know, don't try their best. But if you're an asshole, at the end of the day, you're still an asshole. That's the bottom line. And I think some of the, you know, political arguments of the world wars were valid. And, you know, it's not an easy thing to explain, but there's some philosophies out there that, you know, not everyone's going to agree with. And also, people have a tendency to not interpret information correctly. And it can lead them being, you know, deeply confused and ignorant. And, you know, if you put your time in, work real hard, then you did your bit. And you deserve to be remembered for it in a fond light. I don't like seeing how other people got shafted and that be ignored because of patriotic bias. I mean, if anyone's been following me on social media, you know I have a alternate chain of reasoning for what I believe on the world wars. And I'll show you this. I bought this the other day. I quite liked it. It was a poster, a standard one. Liberty Bond, German soldier, pickle hob helmet, pretty standard. And when it's saying beat back the Hun, it's very true. You must beat back the Hun. And, you know, I don't see that happening. Not to the liking or the way it should be in today's society, because still great many injustices that happen every day. And, you know, a lot of people are just ignorant. They don't know things. And a world war is different from war. And war happens every day. It's a normal state of affairs. I mean, we live in Confucian civilization. People don't know what's going on. And, you know, they have social mechanisms in their head that inhibit them from understanding things. And that's just so that there's political control over people, because you can't have people who can comprehend what exactly is going on. And the reason they don't want you to be able to comprehend what's going on is because they expect you to be stupid, and they expect you to do what you're told. And these political leaders, military leaders, all those things, they do this so that you go off and do the dirty work for them. And, you know, no reason you have to respect people who think they got it above you. And a lot of those brave men and women who participated in the world wars did so unnecessarily. They shouldn't have gone there in the first place. But, you know, intolerance was abound on all sides. And, you know, it is slightly frustrating when you hear your average day person, you know, getting all patriotic and this, that, and the other on the one day a year when they have to, on November 11th, and every other day they've forgotten about it. There's some of us that, you know, 365 days a year we remember. Okay, so don't come to me and tell me that, oh, you don't have any respect or this, that, and the other, or you don't know what you're talking about. No, I don't know every little detail. I couldn't tell you about some skirmish or battle in 1944 or whatever, or 1916, or, you know, I don't know. That's not how it works. Yeah, I guess, well, before I talk too much, I should probably just say that I'm grateful for the men and women that paid a heavy toll for their service. And yeah, it shouldn't happen again. Obviously, there are people in power who cannot be trusted. And, you know, people kind of have to understand that. Anyway, I say thank you to everyone who fought for my freedom. And, you know, let's not forget. Only wish I'd been able to consult some of my friends when I was about to make this video. Wasn't sure how I was gonna pitch this story, but we'll work on it. Anyway, good night.